Adamu has talked about the competence of the president-elect, who is going to be the leader of the entire mechanism of governance going forward. But what kind of National Assembly are you foreseeing in the 10th Assembly? I'd like you to respond to it eventually too. But what do you see from, if these people who have been earmarked now based on the zoning emerges in June, what kind of a National Assembly are you seeing?
The task ahead them is not difficult, except they complicate it.
Okay.
Just like what they have tried to do in the past. What we have recognized as a concern in Nigeria is part of the things that Arabia is trying to do, that the center is getting too big. And it is not a concept that is particularly against a particular energy group, because that's how it has been coined, that if you develop power at the center, it's against a particular ethnic group. We are talking about a center that it creates problem for the president to be able to have concentration on any particular subject matter. He appoints minister, he takes the security report, he's one talking about the economy, it's fine. But if it is just at a level where you can cope with, that is fine. But at the level that it is at the moment, the government did a lot of work. But it will not show as long as you continue to operate this kind of structure. The numbers of roads constructed by Fashola, I look at the record of other minister for works, I've not seen. The same thing in the agricultural sector. But it may not show because of the way this country is designed.
Yeah, but what stops them from letting Nigerians know?
Look at it. No, that's why the government is not a talking about. That's not that topic. Look at the method and strategy employed by Buhari to decimate Boko Haram. He did fantastically well. Then look at our major image abroad. 4 instruments of foreign policy. Number 1 is military, economy, diplomacy, and propaganda. So anytime we had an issue in another country, look at how they try to. This recent one is Sudan issue. It's not the problem. It's not the concern of your embassy to see to the welfare of people that are outside Nigeria. That's what the people don't do. But they left their responsibility to see what Nigeria can do in Sudan back to Nigeria, and to start looking at how Nigeria, who are the Nigerians there. So in all ramifications, he did well, but it didn't show because the center is overbloated. And Buhari has done fantastically well. I respect Buhari more. He has my respect, but I gave him more respect at the moment he realized that it is true that 250 million Nigerians cannot be secured by the number of police. He didn't concede, but he's beginning to look in that direction to the extent that he knew that to generate power also, federal government can also do that. He considered the power to the state. And so the parliament that are coming now should look in the direction of how lives are being lost every day. The concern about police is too much that they are responsible for this. 2 husbands that will be fighting over a pot of soup in the Ikeja, federal police will go there. It's not the fault of the fight. In Nasarawa, farmers will be having issues with each other that can be addressed with a peculiar security who are on ground. You call federal police who will muddy everything up again. Look at the death of Yusuf. The death of Yusuf will have been averted if there was a state police who knew that we need a superior spiritual argument to neutralize Jubilee, not to kill him. But they brought army. We come to kill mosquito with sledge. So their job is not complicated at all, except if they want to complicate it. What they should first recognize is the template that Buhari has laid on ground, which is about devolution of power, give power back to the state. It doesn't start with giving back criminals to state. It starts with also encourage the state to also develop inwardly. It is the state that's supposed to be feeding the federal government. The task of sharing 36 states or the resources of federal government to 36 states is no longer a model that the world is making the world to move forward. So their job is not difficult at all. Their job is to accede to the demand of Nigeria. ASU is a concern. Make a legislation, a difficult one, that will make it impossible for people who are in charge of educational policy. Might not be a popular view, but what will make them popular is to ensure that people who design educational policy in this country actually follow it through by ensuring that the number of money we spend on salaries is the reason why we can't buy chemicals. All those duplication of appointment. This is the work of the parliament. So they can be popular in 6 months if they do the need to. I've been in the parliament before.